Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys. Welcome.
How are you doing?
I am so good. How are you, Mr. Jake?
My name is Jake Latondras. I'm the owner of the Town Pump. This is my co-host,
I'm
Samantha Miller,
Miss
otherwise known as
Miller.
Sam.
Yes.
And Sam, you've been working here for how long?
4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
So I have been here a little bit longer, like 36 years. Not to age myself, but I've been here a long time. And we have come up with this new idea for a podcast right here out of the oldest bar in Fort Collins. We're 117 years old. We are well known as the Town Pump, sort of a pillar in this community. As I recall from the historical archives of Fort Collins, I do believe we're the oldest continuously running business license in the entire city of Fort Collins, quite possibly, but I know for sure we're the oldest continuously running bar in the city of Fort Collins, the 14th oldest bar restaurant in the entire state of Colorado, and the 7th oldest bar saloon in the state. So
That's something.
we've got some history here to talk about. We've got lots to talk about. We're going to deep dive into the history of the bar, some history of Fort Collins. We're going to talk about how I acquired the bar and some former owners, the standards, the culture, the character of the bar.
Yeah.
What else? What else are we going to talk about?
Things happening in town, events, other businesses here. It's going to be exciting. Maybe take some requests, what people want to see and hear about. And that's kind of why we're here today, is to probe about the name of this lovely podcast.
We do not have a name. We did publish a poll on our social media platforms, and we offered 4 different names. And I think we had the Toxic Cherry, had Sorry We're Open, which is really from this front door sign that was established here in the 1970s, and it's still here. On one side it says, yes, we're open. No, yes, we're closed. Sorry, we're open. So it's kind of it kind of identifies the character and the culture of the Town Pump. We take the business seriously, but we don't take life that seriously. And I think that's why we're so attractive to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's about having fun. That's what we're here for.
We're going to be an episodic series. We haven't come up with a time or a day of the week yet, which is something we're going to establish by the time this episode airs. I think our platform is mainly going to be YouTube, but it'll be on hopefully the other platforms such as Spotify. So, we're just going to see how it goes. We hope to interview people in the industry, from the wine and spirits to distributors to brewers. As you all may or may not know, Fort Collins is the epicenter of the craft brewing industry. This is kind of where it all started here. But as you all know, we have very close relationships with New Belgium Brewing Company, Odell Brewing Company, which were the motherships of this whole culture that started, that has been widespread all across the country and really all over the world.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we got a beer made from Odell.
Yeah, the Town Pump Pale Ale. So
Special.
If you don't know about that, you should get down here and try that too.
All right, so we're here. Let's get down to business. We are trying to decide on the name of this podcast. We threw out a poll on Instagram. We got a couple responses from it, but we want to hear from you guys. So we got some options. 4 on the table, but let's have some conversations about it. So we have the contender, which was Sorry We're Open.
That is the leading contender right now. So let's take this from the top. We have the Toxic Cherry, which we're well known for, obviously. The Jello Shot, which we're even more well known for. We have Sorry We're Open, which comes from an old 70s sign that still hangs on the front door that we flip when we're open for business. One side says, yes, we're open. No, yes, we're closed. Sorry, we're open. I always get that confused. And then the other one we had was Belly Up at the Pump. But one guy, so we had about 75 votes come in that poll, and Sorry We're Open took 62% of that poll. So that's that's by far the majority of the votes. But one guy suggested on Instagram that we call it the Pickled Egg. which I find to be very humorous.
That's funny. Yeah.
And it identifies the character and the culture of the town pump because, we take the business seriously and we take our standards seriously, but we don't really take life that seriously in here. Would you not agree?
I agree. And I think like the real OGs, the pickled egg is something that has been a staple here at this bar. I mean, I have people tell me about the stories. They're like, do you still have that big glass jar of eggs on the bar? I mean, it's something that, sets this apart here.
Yeah, so that's something we're leaning into, calling it the Pickled Egg Town Pump Podcast. And, while I'm thinking about it, established the army barracks up the Poudre River, pickled eggs were actually a standard because they were preserved, and that's something dry jerky, and pickled eggs were something that the United States Army ate way back when in the 1800s.
Well, we got both of those things here, so.
Yeah. So we'll see. We're going to ask you guys to vote again. We're going to narrow it down to Sorry We're Open and the Pickled Egg. And hopefully you guys can help us decide what we're going to call it from there. Other things we're going to talk about. There's always things going on in Fort Collins. We've got festivals. It's summertime, or it's at the beginning of the summer. Yeah. We're about to hit mid-May here all of a sudden. And so we've got big festivals, music, bikes, dogs, bands, beer. This is a fun town. We have all the ingredients that anybody could possibly want to have fun in this town.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you'll find us out on the street at little events, popping in and being like, hey, here we are. Maybe we'll bust out that bird book an episode, read some things in there. So many things to do here.
We have so many stories. All the pictures on the walls in here tell a story. Every bartender has, their own personality, their own character, their own little culture that they build in here. I've got 36 years of history at this bar, so I have lots of stories that, we compare and contrast to like Sam's experiences as a bartender.
Yep.
What's your favorite part about working at the town pump?
I don't even use the word work as what I describe when I come here. I'm like, oh, it's my bar days. This is fun for me to come here. I don't look at it as a job. This is truly fun. I'm surrounded by my friends in such a fun environment. There's some days where I gotta like lay down, on a Saturday night or something, but I love the people. I come here for my friends, to see them, to hang out with them, to connect and make new friends and new connections, and to be able to meet new people that come in here and give them a little taste of the history and what we got to offer. It's something special.
It was said when we turned 100, which was 17 years ago, believe it or not, we had a video. New Belgium had created a special brew for us called the Town Pump Century Ale. And when we tapped that keg, we were going to celebrate for the entire year, and their media department did a video in here, and there was a guy that was asked the question, what's the town pump all about? And the answer was, you could sit down at the town pump and look to your left and meet someone that just climbed Mount Everest, and then you could look to your right and talk to someone that knows every single answer to every question on Jeopardy or in Trivial Pursuit.
Yep.
And it's that kind of place.
Absolutely.
There's no discrimination against anyone unless you can't act like an adult most of the time. Sometimes we let it slide. But the culture here has been built on the former owner, the guy that I bought this place from, Dennis Newland. And it's always been a watering hole, and the culture that was built here was based on integrity. So that's something we hold high standards to. And we're going to get into all this. We're going to deep dive into talking about how the town pump got its name, which is a really interesting story. We're going to talk about former owners here that had different eras and different things that went on, like Rocky Mountain Bluegrass. That genre of music actually started and took off and caught fire in the town pump. And there's a whole story behind that and one of the former owners back in the 1970s. So we've got so much to talk about, Sam. And, I suppose instead of getting into all that now that we've done an introduction, if you don't know about the town pump, we're at 124 North College Avenue in Old Town. We call ourselves the heartbeat of Old Town. When we're busy, everyone else is busy. So I'm really looking forward to this. What do you think?
This will be fun. I'm excited to hear from you guys, and this will be a fun This is going to be a good thing.
All right. Well, I think that's about it. The next episode, we're going to try to make these about an hour long. Lots of detailed information that you guys probably have never heard before. So until next time.
Yeah. Let's hear your feedback on those names.
Yep. We'll post a poll up so you guys can vote again between the two names. So again, to reiterate, it's going to be Sorry We're Open or The Pickled Egg, the Town Pump Podcast. So we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.